Hey, everybody. Hello. Good evening to you. Oh, my goodness. Look at the conversation going on already. uh, so I know, but it's going to be cold this week. So I want to, do like Merry Christmas, have the upbeat thing too. Plus, then kind of talk about things that, you might encounter this week. Hopefully, you don't, but maybe. Nor'easter. Whew. Wow. Yeah, looking at the map, there's stuff like all over the place there. That's for sure. Jay, that's right. That's true. Hi, Patty. How are you? Kiri, hello. Um, Sudden freeze after the rain. Yeah, it's what we've encountered this last week. Hey, Ricky. Oh, snow's down there. We had a little bit this afternoon, just a dusting, but I don't know if it's done for the day or not. Wednesday, I think it might be. Wednesday, we're supposed to get a lot more. And I have to tilt my glasses here so I don't get this spooky ring light reflection there. Yeah, so I think we are done for today, but then Wednesday we're supposed to get a bunch, I guess. Um, what are you saying, Kiri? So came home yesterday from church, discovered Freckles had twins. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Well, that's good that she had them before your chill starts too, because I've noticed that like definitely by the end of the week, it looks like, well, today's only Monday, but by Thursday into Friday, that chill is going to be going down your direction too. So, uh, maybe going to get snow. The weather prognosticators is. Uh, Sunflower Marsha, hello. Yes, it's going to be a cold, cold week. That's for sure. I am actually surprised with how cold it's going to be that we're going to be getting snow. Because typically when it gets that cold, we don't have snow. But so it's going to be interesting. Definitely interesting. Um, can't go. Oh, uh, yeah, Kiri, I hear you. Lots of freezing water pipes likely to happen. Yeah, they've been talking about for several days now about the next polar vortex, and I have to kind of laugh at that. I mean, it's a cool word and everything, and it's just like, and everybody's like, "Ooh, the polar vortex." But when I was growing up, for all those years, it was like we got a cold front coming in. And that was it. It's going to get chilly out. It's 20 below, 30 below. It's just a cold front coming in. The word polar vortex was not even on the horizon. I think they do that just to scare everybody and to freeze, to freak them out and just like, especially when it like heads down to the southern states and everything, you know. Um, yes, you are balmy out there, that's for sure. Hey, Eli, good evening to you. Um, Beef up the terminology to ramp up anxiety. Exactly. Oh my goodness. And so one of the problems is that we end up getting a lot of um, our weather people, not just meteorologists, but the the anchors and the different things like that. They come from the southern states to try to impart weather importance in the northern states. I don't know, Ricky, if you've ever come across that and seen that. Hey, Matt and Sarah, you too. And it's like, yeah, I used to live in Georgia or something. Now I'm up here in Minneapolis doing the weather, and it's like, getting down to 23 degrees. Like, oh my gosh, it's getting so cold. It's like, I went to Menards today and had to. get some wood, and so we have to go into the lumber yard area of it, and going into the to the yard, there's a little gateway that you have to go through, and there's a person there checking your list to see what you need to get and kind of directing where you go and everything. And then they check your list when you come back, your receipt and everything to make sure that you've gotten what you're supposed to get and no more or less. So, um, anyway, when I was leaving, the guy was like, he's like, "This is really sad when it's 9 degrees and it feels warm." In comparison to what we've had and what we will have. But it's like, yep. I mean, he just had a hoodie on and he was out there 9 degrees, and it was like, yep, that's what it is. Um, you might get 5 inches of snow. Ooh. You're right, Patty. It is emotional manipulation versus via terminology. It is. An atmospheric river used to be called pineapple express rains. Yeah, yeah, so true. So very true. Yeah, I'm just like, "Hey, big dreams, how are you? Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you for a while." Yeah, I still inside though, right? Manzara, yep. So, what is it right now? I should check my phone. Um, what they're talking about for us here is that, I mean, today it actually, for me, hit, I think 9 degrees. And that's what it still is right now. But tomorrow's high is -4. Thursday, Wednesday's high is -2. Thursday's high is -10. So, it's going to be close to -15, -20 without the wind chills at night. So, but snow Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Christmas Day, 5 degrees, we warm up. We're back above freezing. And then in another week, by next Tuesday and Wednesday, we're back. I shouldn't say we're back above freezing. We're above zero. By next Wednesday, a week from this Wednesday, we're supposed to be in the 30s, above zero Fahrenheit. So it's crazy. It really is crazy. I know I'm getting behind here. Professor, you really had it easy. Snow. Yeah, Jay, we think that there's so much change going on in the weather and everything, that with all of the, things, it's like, oh, we got a bad storm. There's got to be, the world coming to an end or whatever it is. It's like, it's been bad in the past. And it's like, we just keep going on. Hey, Patty, Southern Bliss Homestead, how are you? And you can always tell because they mispronounce the place. I know, exactly. And we have a lot of Native American names here, from the Sioux and the Chippewa Indians and everything. So, there's a lot of things that get mispronounced here very easily. Invest in milk, eggs, and bread. That's so true. Absolutely. Um, yeah, Matt. It must be Matt on right now, right? He has just gotten to the point of not wearing his shorts outside. I actually took a picture of, it was last weekend. I'd gone to Menards. It was like last Saturday. No, I mean like a week and a half ago. So the temperatures were maybe in the 20s or something like that. And it's this guy, I don't know if I have it here. I think if you even be able to see it. Um, And a lot of people be just like probably horrified. Is he on here? Okay. It's like in the 20s. He's walking into Menards, and I mean, you can see the snow on the ground in the background and everything. And it's like, you know, looks like gym shorts, just shoes, no socks. uh, North Pole Prest. That's true. That's true. So, oh, um, Air Force cargo planes dropping hate of livestock. Yeah, exactly. All kinds of things. So, you're making cowboy candy right now? Ooh. Oh, yeah, Jay. I wear hoodies almost all winter. I just I was debating between this one and another one. My brother just gave me one that's got it's a nice bright blue, but it's got the fishing derby logo on it. And I've always wanted one, and he gave me one that um, was kind of a second that the one of the seams hadn't sewed up quite right, and it was like, yeah, I'll take it. So I was gonna wear that today, but I probably will next week unless it's too warm. But um, yes, Jay, that's right. Oh my goodness, very very funny. Um, so anyway, last week I told you that I was getting ready. All of it was preparing for a storm that was coming in, and it came in pretty strong, really furious. We got rain, freezing rain, and ice all day Tuesday and then it turned into snow Tuesday night and kind of a slushy snow. And then Wednesday I was trying to had to shovel out a little bit, and then more snow came. And Thursday was, I mean, but it was the roads were so bad and so icy, and you just barely get some things scraped off of there, and then more gets dumped on, and then more. It was, and then the temperatures were dropping, and so I did not even get out until Friday. I mean, I got shoveled out and everything, but I didn't go out because of how bad the roads were. And so, but I felt very, very comfortable at home. I was, that I work at home is a blessing too. But, it just, it was, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was talking to a friend of mine in California who's like in the desert, California. And I said, yeah, I wasn't able to get out all week. I talked to her Friday. I said, I haven't been able to leave home since Monday. And she was like, that's all week. It's like, what? And I was like, yeah. So, and it's been rare it's been that long, but I just wasn't going to take a chance with the ice. All of our trees were just coated with ice. Everything was on there. So, hey, Dave, how are you doing? Hello, hello. No worries. Um, yeah, you know what? You're, Patty, you're right. Some of the challenges, um, I don't know. There must be something in our Minnesota blood that just kind of is like, yeah, bring it on. you know, we can handle it. We're here. So, like I said, I was comfortable with it, and I just got outside when I could to help to clear things off. I had to. This is going to sound weird to a lot of you because you're like, what in the world? And you can't picture it, but I had to rake my roof on Friday once I was able to get out. So what that is, it's um, a really long shovel. it's a, it's like a shovel that's very narrow. It's just like a scoop, but in the center of it is attached, and then it's a long pole. It's 3 5-foot sections of pole. So I have a 15-foot pole, and I take that and put that up on the roof and pull it down. So it's like you're raking the snow off. So in lieu of taking a ladder and going up on the roof and shoveling it off, it's like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I had my roof rake out and trying to get some of the snow off before it froze solid. And because when it's all that heavy, wet, slushy stuff, and then the temperatures freeze solid, it's like cement. You're not going to move it until spring. So anyway, it was crazy. So I had that going, and yeah, finally got out Friday, and but I had plenty of food. There was only one time for maybe 3 seconds that the lights flickered even at all, and you know um, that was the worst it got, and that was with high winds and ice and coating all the trees and the power lines and everything. And so we're pretty blessed in not being without power with all that. So that was good. Um, but then was it Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember which day it was, but I was out clearing the driveway and stuff and shoveling, and it warmed enough where the ice was and still really windy, where the ice was coming off the trees in chunks. And so when I was out there, it was like flying all over the place. And like, I had to have my jacket on with my hood over just because it was hitting me on the head and everything like crazy. And I came in, my jacket was like soaked from all the ice coming off, and it was so it's an adventure out there. It definitely is. But I got a total after all of that. I got a total of maybe 10 inches of snow, something like that. And so now we're going to get more this week. I'm trying to see what's going on in the chat. So that is true, Patty, Tinker's wife. Yes, I don't want it falling off. I've got shingles. I don't have a metal roof. So that's where, if you have a metal roof, you have to be more careful with that because it will slide right off in like whole roof sections. That snow can come down, and it's pretty heavy, and that can do some damage. But um, the other thing is that it does come off. And so that is an advantage about the metal roof. You don't have to be up there kind of doing all your things. So um, thank you, Eli. That's very sweet of you. You hope you don't get the flash freeze. Yeah, it's coming in and going to be cold this week. It's going to be cold, but so I was out running errands trying to get done before all those days of snow. So I'm hoping I'm getting done. So how's everybody doing? Are you guys ready for Christmas? What are your plans for Christmas? I'd like to hear what you guys are going to be up to. You lived in a 3-story Victorian apartment building to a 12 pitch. Ooh. Oh, I bet. I bet it did. Michigan Daffodil, hello. Oh, no worries. You can come and do my dishes if you'd like. So, Ralphie and Christmas Story in the Icicle in the Garage. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Raking snow off the greenhouse is something we've done here. Snow can get so heavy. Exactly. Yep. You have to be careful on the smaller buildings too, not to let it all build up. Called your parents yesterday. Your dad is still not pulled out the fireplace insert to clean it. Ooh. Yeah, he's gonna have to be careful with that. Your total hip replacement. Oh, wow. My Christmas present for sure. Oh my goodness. Well, I pray for a good surgery and speedy recovery. You just take care with that. I hope it goes well. Church, very good. Busy, the first party starts this Friday. Ooh. Is it all family stuff, or do you have a company party? Tongue in cheek. I know, I know. Um, yes, I second Dave's, comment there, definitely. You had Christmas with your son and his wife yesterday. You had a lovely time visiting, went out for tasty lunch. Um it's gotta be Matt on here. Yeah. Um, Christmas Story is a classic. It's on TV yearly. Okay. Maybe I've seen it, but I don't know that I have. I'll have to look for that. There's so many different Christmas shows to watch, most definitely. I know I was trying to get to Walmart today to get some of my last few things that I needed to get, and it was just insane. It was insane in the parking lot, and I was like, "No, I'm not doing this. I've already been here in town for 4 hours running errands," and I was like, "I can't do this." And it's 'cause I need to get home and get to a phone call anyway, but it's the one and only Matt. Uh, it's fun that you guys take turns. That's great. Oh, that's right, Kiri. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day. I really do. Um, I will be going to my sister's for Christmas Day, and, so kind of a quiet time, so it should be pretty good. I should watch a good Christmas on Salvation Street free on YouTube. Hmm, absolutely. Jack Frost yet. There is Has anybody seen the 4th Santa Claus movie at all with, Tim Allen and everything? I I know it's online, but I don't remember what if it's Netflix or what it is out there. You guys did see it? Oh, man. I they're funny, I enjoy them. He's pretty funny, so it's great. Um, what else do I have here? Deep cold, lots of ice. Okay. Before we get into a lot of stuff, I wanna just give you my, um, tips for tonight. My garden tip is to check out Emma Gardner's garden planner. I have the link below. Um, I'll put it up here and then, um Marguerite, how are you doing? Oh, Merry Christmas to you. Just wet and windy there in Ireland. Oh, you're welcome. I know it's so late now. It is very, very late for you, but thank you for popping in. That's so sweet of you. You take care. Stay warm out there. Um, yes, and my gardener is great, and, um, it's really kind of fun because I mean, he never, like, doesn't have set time for lives. It's just whenever it's like, "Oh, there he is live," and I might have been in a meeting and see, like, "Oh, man, he went live an hour ago," but, um, it's really pretty nice. I'm his only, moderator, and so when I get on, he's pretty happy about that, so, but anyway, he gives me a shout out, so it's really kind of fun. Yeah, he was awesome, but that garden planner, a friend of mine did get it, and she was showing me all of the pages on it, and I was like, "Oh, that looks really good." It's very thorough, very, very thorough. It's like 25 bucks, but, I don't because I've been considering designing my own, but I don't know, I wanted to see how his went out, because it's like if somebody's already done it and it's close to what I would do, it's like, I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel, you know? So, anyway, there's a link for it, and, you know, you guys can watch it. Michigan Daffodil, yes, I do have Pureflix. I've been and Moonrise is definitely on my, to watch list. Last year, and I think the year before, I watched, like, all the other Christmas shows, so there's only a few new Christmas ones this year, and, but I'm going to try to, see that one definitely and to catch up on any of the others, so Freeman's you can watch. Yep. It's that one's worth it. There are months that I go by, I don't see anything at all, and then other times, maybe probably winter, I guess, then I'll watch quite a few movies and stuff, and it's just kinda nice. Grammy Karen, hello. How are you? And then my prep tip for tonight is that if you are able to, keep extra car gas and propane for cooking and stuff, and it might even just be a little propane bottle or something. Keep those on hand, and it can be, for extra car gas. I mean, it could be a big tank. When I was growing up and my parents had a nice place out in the country, we had actually, um, it wasn't a 55-gallon drum, it was a tank, so I'm thinking probably 300 or 400 gallons maybe or something, and it was up on a stand, so all we had to do it had like a hose with a nozzle, so we just had to take that and just fill that into the car and everything, but, you know, we were so far out in the country that if we ended up realizing we needed gas for the lawnmowers, for, if the car was really low or something, you could just fill it up. And it was great to have that extra. Um, so if that's something that's possible for you to have a big tank, otherwise a 55-gallon drum, a 5-gallon can, a 2-gallon can, whatever you can have, little extra fuel so that, for some reason, you've just been trying to get home in a storm and you just couldn't stop for fuel or something and you were low, that you've got something there at the house. And the low propane things would be for making sure, like, you've got something for your camp stove if you lose power and all that kind of thing. So just those little things. So well, thanks, Dave. I'll have to watch that. Find out where my sticky notes are here. I've had problems with mice lately. Oh, about the last month, it's been driving me crazy. Of course, they wanted to come in for winter, right? Hey, Mother Earth, how are you? Watch. I know I need to get a cat, but not a cat person, and B, I just don't really want animals inside my house. See, Matt, there you go. Yep. Watch the Christmas Story. And there's no guarantee if you get a cat that they're going to be a mouser either. So, um, keep it outside. Just watching oh, uh, some dogs are better mousers. Poof. A super snappy trap. You know what? I got 2 of those plastic lids for buckets, for a 5-gallon bucket that's supposed to have this little ramp that they run up, and you put peanut butter in the lid. It's got a cover, and then in the lid there's like this little teeter-totter thingy, and they're supposed to run out on that to look for the peanut butter and and then drop into the bucket. There are 2 ways you can do it. If you wanted to live trap it, you just leave the bucket without anything in it. If you want a lethal trap, you put some water in the bottom of it, about 3 or 4 inches of water, which I did. So I don't know if they smell the water or not, but I have not caught a single mouse with those traps. And I spent $20 on each lid. And I got two, one in the basement and one upstairs. And it's like, sometimes glue traps work best if you know the trail. Okay. So I just got one of those rectangular metal ones that they can run in and can't run back out, and it's got a glass or a see-through top, and so you can see if there's something in there or not, and then remove it. So if I did, I probably would take a shovel and put it outside, let them freeze, and then empty it or something. I know I'm horrible, you guys. I'm just like, I am, my house is my house. It's my home, my dwelling place. It's like, I don't want to share it with rodents, right? Oh, um, that is true, Eli. That's very true. Yorkie Poo is a great mouser. Okay. So, bucket water, black sunflower seed on the water. Oh, black sunflower seeds. Oh, I should put those, throw some in there. Chills, they followed up and I'm using the peanut butter for bait to glue traps, which recognize that they grows. Okay. I know, and that's why I'm just like freaking out about it. Mother Earth is just like, ew. It's like I didn't even want to cook for a whole week. It was just like because it's like, where are they? Oh, it was like, and you don't want to like be scrubbing down, pulling out everything and scrubbing down everything every day. So it's like, just get rid of them first, and then I'll scrub everything down. So it's anyway. I better get to our subjects. You guys are fun tonight. I really wanted to keep it light and Christmassy, but I ran out of ideas. I ran out of ideas and stories, but I really did want to, what we were talking about last week, I did want to cover the hypothermia and frostbite just because of the polar vortex that's coming this week, and that's going to affect a lot of people. And even if, I know all of you guys are so smart here, and you know your stuff, and you wouldn't be doing anything stupid. I have confidence in you to that. So, and we're not going to go anywhere with that, right? But you may know somebody else, an uncle or a nephew or somebody that's like just not thinking quite right, right? Smart souls. Or even somebody called Mac. You have no idea what their smarts are, Uh, well, thank you, Patty. I appreciate that. Shorts. Oh, sorry, shorts. Okay, there you go. I know. It's like you're gonna go in and you're gonna have frostbite on those little knees there, Matt. And they're gonna look pretty funny and they fall off. No, it's okay, so we're gonna talk about hypothermia first of all, and really what it is and what happens. So the diagnosis of hypothermia is usually apparent based on a person's physical signs and the conditions in which the person with hypothermia became ill or was found. Blood tests can also help confirm that they've had it, which I didn't know. It can confirm hypothermia and its severity. So this was really interesting too. A diagnosis may not be readily apparent, however, if the symptoms are mild, as when an older person who is indoors has symptoms of confusion, lack of coordination, and speech problems. So let's say, like, my dad was bedridden for so long, and I mean, he kept his house at like 75 degrees. He was under 3 or 4 blankets all the time, and yet he could still get chilly, and it's like, we're in there just, like, sweating bullets, and it was just like but and I know that happens with, all older people too, like in nursing homes and everything, they get chilled really easily, and so, but see, when they're not moving, and it's like, then they're if they're not um, warm enough, well covered, or the temperature inside is not warm enough, their body temperature can actually lower to the point of hypothermia right in their house, even when it's 74 degrees or something like that. So, um, right, Patty? Right. So there's just you guys, I know I research a lot of this stuff and bring it to you and share it with you, but I learned so much too with all this. And so I am very grateful to you guys for being here and kind of giving me incentive to find out these things. And then I'm learning more too. So thank you guys. All right. So hypothermia occurs when your body loses heat faster than it can produce heat, and your body temperature falls below 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 Celsius. Left untreated, it can be life-threatening. Hypothermia is often caused by exposure to cold weather or immersion in a cold body of water. It can also be caused by ongoing exposure to indoor temperatures below 50 degrees. So, again, if, through storms and stuff in the winter, if you lose power and your house drops down to 45 degrees or something like that for days on end, even though you're all wrapped up and you're doing all this, it's still that prolonged exposure can drop your body temperature and you can end up in hypothermia. So you could be at increased risk if you are also exhausted or dehydrated. So, Southern Ohio, Dave, hello. Yes, you found me. Joy, hello. How are you? Your 3 days of wind chill. Yes. Um, we're yeah, definitely not used to that. That's for sure. The signs and symptoms of hypothermia usually develop slowly and may include shivering, though that may stop as your body temperature drops. Did you know that? So it's like if your body temperature continues to drop, you might not be shivering anymore, so you're thinking that you're okay. There'd be slurred speech or mumbling, slow, shallow breathing, a weak pulse, clumsiness, or lack of coordination. So remember that when you go out and feeding those chickens and those piggies there, Matt. So, you know, drowsiness or very low energy, confusion or memory loss, loss of consciousness, and then bright red, cold skin in infants. So, which is really because the babies can't tell you what's going on, and so you don't really know. But so that would be a definite indication for infants. Yeah, I hear you. I know I'm a heat machine too. Even though I got hoodies on, it's like, yeah. So if you suspect someone has hypothermia, call 911 or your local emergency number. Then, so call them right away, but then take these steps immediately until they get there. So do not rewarm the person too quickly, such as with a heating lamp or a hot bath. Do not do that. Don't attempt to warm the arms and legs. Heating or massaging the limbs of someone in this condition can stress the heart and lungs. And we'll get further into all that. Don't give the person alcohol or cigarettes. Alcohol hinders the rewarming process. Okay. So you think, sometimes you think that because if you take a little bit of brandy or something, whatever it is, it's like, whew, normally you feel a rush of warmth. Well, that doesn't do that. It actually works in reverse for when you've got hypothermia. Um, and the tobacco products interfere with circulation that is needed for rewarming. But you really need to smoke. Uh, are your knees turning red, Dave? You got to be careful. Okay, what are some of the other things? Confusion, clumsiness, lack of coordination, slurred speech. Do you have any of that? All right. So the treatment, seek immediate medical attention for anyone who appears to have hypothermia. Until medical help is available, follow these first aid guidelines for hypothermia. Some first aid tips. First of all, be gentle. When you're helping a person with hypothermia, handle that person gently. Limit movements to only those that are necessary. Do not massage or rub the person. That's like an instinctive thing. It's like, oh, you're cold. I'll just rub you and warm you up. It's like, don't do that. No, you can't be doing that. Well, congratulations for quitting, Dave. That's excellent, and I know that's tough. But congratulations. It's a great gift to you, not only yourself, but to your family. So thank you for doing that. Excessive, vigorous, or jarring movements may trigger cardiac arrest. So move the person out of the cold to a warm, dry location if possible. If you're unable to move the person out of the cold, shield them from the cold and wind as much as possible. Try to keep them in a horizontal position if possible. And again, that has to do with the heart and the blood flow and everything. Because if you if you can't move them and you don't want to sit them up and then have all the blood flow to their legs or something, the heart is just not going to be able to keep up with pumping it vertically. So tell Matt, you're gonna get me in trouble. But it's only if she's got hypothermia now. And it's like you have to ask her if she's like, "Are you confused? Are you are you stumbling over your words, my dear? Is your speech slurred? Are you about to fade out?" uh, Okay, so then remove their wet clothing. If the person is wearing wet clothing, remove it. Cut away clothing if necessary to avoid excessive movement. Use layers of warm, dry blankets or coats to warm the person. Cover the person's head, leaving only the face exposed. If you're Yes, insulate them from the cold ground. A person with severe hypothermia may appear unconscious with no apparent signs of a pulse or breathing. If the person's breathing has stopped or appears dangerously low or shallow, begin CPR immediately if you're trained. If the affected person is alert and able to swallow, provide a warm, sweet, non-alcoholic, non-caffeinated beverage to help warm the body. So I'm thinking hot chocolate or a hot sweet tea or something. Again, the caffeine can interfere with, it can affect your heart because it's a stimulant and everything. So you don't want anything like that as a stimulant. Hey, Donna, how are you? We have lots of snow here, yes, but I am able to get out and about, most definitely. Did I get more snow today? I only got just a dusting today. I know I shoveled so much this last week. There was at one point my neighbor did come. He's got a plow in the front of his pickup. And so he did come and help me with the plow bank one time. So that was very helpful because it was that heavy, wet stuff. Hi, Bex. Right. Do not do that. Oh my goodness, you guys are funny. Um, Carnitas is ready to go. Okay. God bless you too, Eli. You take care and have a wonderful and holy Christmas. So, yeah, warmish may be better, definitely. So, you could also use a first aid warm compress, which is like a plastic fluid filled bag that warms up when squeezed. You like squeeze them and then they get some heat, or a makeshift compress of warm water, not hot water, just warm water in a plastic bottle or a dryer warmed towel. That's like the best. Throw the towels in the dryer for a little bit and it's like, it's all warmed up. Um, Apply those only to the neck, the chest, or the groin area. Do not apply them to the arms or the legs. Okay. Neck, chest, groin, those are all like your major um, circulation areas. So you want to make sure that those are, that's what you're trying to warm up first. Um, so heat applied to the arms or the legs, what it does is it forces, if you're warming these up, your whole body is cold, but you're warming these up, it forces cold blood back to the heart, the lungs, and the brain, and it causes the core to drop even more, and that could be fatal. Okay, so that's like one of the biggest things to take away from this. So just um, try to do that and make sure it's just like, yeah, do not use hot water, a heating pad, or a heating lamp to warm the person. The extreme heat can damage the skin, or even worse, can cause irregular heartbeats so severe that they can cause the heart to stop. If you have a warm, something warm that you didn't have a water bottle or at all or anything, you just have a heating pad, wrap it in blankets or towels, and then put it against you, but don't put that right into there. So um, absolutely Michigan daffodil. Yes, so maple syrup. Coffee is the king of all fluids. So, oh, thank you, Patty. I did all of this information. I put in links below, so you guys have all that. You can go and um, it's all of this information is from the Mayo Clinic, and so they can it can help you with that. So I got 10 minutes left, and I got to do this. So anyway, medical treatment for hypothermia, depending on the severity, it may include one of the following interventions to raise the body temperature. So first of all is passive rewarming. For someone with mild hypothermia, it's enough to cover them with heated blankets and offer warm fluids to drink. So that's kind of the biggest thing is like drink something warm, get it in there and start warming your core up. It's just like when you have like a smoothie or an icy or something or ice cream, you get that you swallow it and it's like not only do you get brain freeze, but it's just like your chest hurts and everything because you put cold stuff down in you. The same thing with warm. It's going to warm it up right away. And so those essential things. You're welcome, Patty. Um, so yes, heated blankets and warm fluids. Blood rewarming. Blood may be drawn, warmed, and recirculated in the body. So again, these are for like bring them to the hospital for a more severe case of hypothermia, something that they would do. A common method of warming blood is the use of hemodialysis machine, which is normally used to filter blood in people with poor kidney function. Heart bypass machines also may need to be used. I'm thinking of what they would need to do, like say somebody falls through the ice or something in the water, or they've got severe hypothermia with that, and they rush them to the hospital, and these are some of the things they might need to do. Um, Warm IV fluids. A warm intravenous solution of salt water may be put into a vein to help warm the blood. Airway rewarming. The use of humidified oxygen administered with a mask or nasal tube can warm the airways and help raise the temperature of the body. I suppose if you have like a CPAP machine, you could even like crank up the temperature on it, and you could have them breathing in that too. That could be something that could be in your arsenal in that way. And then irrigation. A warm saltwater solution may be used to warm certain areas of the body, such as the area around the lungs or the abdominal cavity. The warm liquid is introduced into the affected area with catheters. So, and again, that would be a medical procedure. Don't try that one at home. Okay, so we get into frostbite. One of the reasons I talked about hypothermia first is because that is kind of the condition that you'd be facing, and then frostbite is one of those things you can get under that kind of condition. So have emergency supplies in your car, wool blankets, absolutely. Chocolate bars, all the important things, right, Mother Earth? All the important things. So first aid for frostbite. So first of all, frostbite is when skin and underlying tissues freeze after being exposed to very cold temperatures. The areas most likely to be affected are the fingertips, toes, earlobes, cheeks, chin, and tip of the nose, because you don't have a whole lot of... Oh, good night, Joy. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Hey, Julie. You're off an hour. Yeah, chocolate is important in all emergencies. So true. So, so Matt, when you're going outside, you pull that beanie down below your earlobes there. So you can keep on the shorts if you need to, but keep those earlobes warm. Early signs and symptoms of frostbite are patches of reddish skin and burning pain. So that's the early signs, reddish skin and burning pain. The condition then progresses to cold, numb, white, or grayish skin that feels stiff or looks waxy. You can treat mild frostbite or frost nip yourself. All other frostbite requires medical attention. Some first aid steps for frostbite are as follows. Check for hypothermia. And that's why I went to hypothermia first. Get emergency medical help if you suspect hypothermia. Signs of hypothermia, again, include intense shivering, drowsiness, confusion, fumbling hands, and slurred speech. Protect your skin from further damage. If there's any chance, the affected areas will freeze again. So if you've already frozen something, do not thaw them. That might sound really weird. It's like, what? It's going to kill them and everything. But if they're frozen and you have to be back out into the cold and everything to get to where you need to be to get medical help or something, then just do it. So if they're already thawed, though, wrap them up so that they don't refreeze. If you're outside, warm frostbitten hands by tucking them into your armpits. I even do that inside because my hands, with my arthritis and stuff, oh man, it gets hurting when my fingers get cold. So yeah, warm pits. Armpits are nice and warm. I think I came up with a new word. These are my warm pits. How do they tell the difference in a football night for guys in Minnesota or frostbites? You know what, Julie? When they're drinking and at the games and stuff, oh man, there's got to be a lot of frostbite going on there. And they paint their bodies and they're out there and it's 15 degrees and it's like, yes. Uh, um, it's funny. Protect your face, nose, or ears by covering the area with dry gloved hands. Don't rub the affected skin with snow or anything else. Did you know? I I don't know if somebody told us that as kids, but it's like, that's true. It's not antifreeze. Um, I don't know, if some like, I don't know, like old wives' tale or something, a folk medicine or something. It's like, well, take snow and rub it, and that'll fix it. And I was like, no, 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 don't do that. You really damage your skin that way. Uh, so don't rub it. Don't walk on bitten feet or toes if possible. You could damage them more. So get out of the cold. Once you're in a warm space, remove wet clothes, wrap up in a warm blanket. Very much the same as hypothermia. Okay, gently rewarm frostbitten areas. You want to soak your frostbitten fingers, toes, or any other extremities. That'd be interesting to do your nose. You need to soak them in warm water. So you got your face down in a bowl. I'm soaking my nose. Oh, yes. But, that happens. So, but warm water would be like 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 to 43 Celsius. If a thermometer isn't available, test the water by placing an uninjured hand or elbow in it. It should feel very warm, not hot. Soak for 20 to 30 minutes or until the skin becomes its normal color or loses its numbness. For the face or ears, apply a warm, wet washcloth. I just remember as a kid, we would deal with this all the time because, we'd wear wool socks and then our boots and stuff, but they weren't anywhere near the quality of warmth that we have in boots these days, and even snow pants were like, kind of woolen overall type of things. They weren't the nice, waterproof type of things that we have these days. And so we had a lot of numb things going on. And so I'm actually really blessed to have all my digits because you get out playing outside all day long in the winter and it can be easily risky. Again, don't rewarm frostbitten skin with direct heat, such as a stove, heat lamp, fireplace, or heating pad. This can cause burns. Drink liquids, tea, coffee, hot chocolate, or soup. Again, some good soup can help warm you from the inside. Don't drink alcohol. If you're in pain, consider an over the counter pain reliever. What to expect as skin thaws. Oh, yeah. You'll feel tingling and burning as the skin warms and normal blood flow returns. Take care to not break any blisters that may form on the affected skin. Seek medical help for anything more serious than mild frostbite. And that's our medical information for the night. Now, I wanted to show you the book Dr. Bones and Nurse Amy. They have, and I put the link below, some of the survival medicine handbook. And it's like this thick. I mean, it is just really great. And it's in its fourth edition and it's a packed full of information. It's so great. So oh, Patty, I wish we did. Oh my goodness. Does that mean I'm tenured as a professor in the YouTube school of medicine here, right? um. Oh wow. Yep. You're supposed to help keep your feet dry. Plastic bags. White University, of course. Uh, you guys, okay. So that's all the information I have on that. Yes, there are tons of links below on hypothermia, frostbite, also Red Cross. I have the the link there that they've got a worksheet or a checklist for frostbite and hypothermia. Um, if you need something on the refrigerator or something like that, and just a quick checklist to be able to see what's going on. In in everything. And again, the Survival Medicine Handbook by Dr. Bones and Nurse Amy, they're really, really good. Please go watch their latest video that they just put out yesterday or today. I can't remember what it was. Um, it is on antibiotics, and it's really, really, it's good. It's important. So please do see that. So you guys are so great. Thank you so much for coming. And I can't believe the hour's gone already. Um, Hello, Alexandria. How are you doing? Um, you like smart wool socks. I don't know what smart wool socks are. They know when to give heat or something. So, oh, you guys just have a very blessed Christmas. Enjoy the time you have with family and friends. Remember the reason for this season. And you guys will plan on seeing you next week. And hopefully everything will come through. So see you shortly after. Yes. Oh, so it's a brand. Okay. You guys take care. God bless. Always have hope and be safe out there this week with all the cold and the snow. Good night. You're welcome. You're welcome, Patty. Take care, you guys. Merry Christmas.